Viewer discretion is advised for this love-themed podcast. The content may contain discussions and sensitive topics related to relationships, dating, and love. Some content may not be suitable for all listeners, especially those uncomfortable with open and vulnerable conversations. We encourage our listeners to practice self-care and to reach out to a trusted friend or professional if they need support. You have no friends, you have me. Welcome to the Lost Lover Boy podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Lost Lover Boy podcast. I am your host as always. My name is Steve. I've instructed Logan to call me Steve from now on because he say daddy entirely too goddamn much. So from now on, my name is Steve. I would appreciate it to be addressed as such. Thank you very much. Now that we got that out the way, welcome back, you know what I'm saying? To all my lovers out there, to everybody who's out there attempting to be good people, live in love, find love, goddamn, run from love. Whatever you attempting to do, welcome home, baby. We back. Tell that nigga we back. What Mojo Brooks say? Tell that nigga we back. You understand what I'm saying? But to all my newcomers, welcome, subscribe. We are almost at 10K. We are on a road to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is mind-blowing. It has not been a year yet. I know you guys have been trying with me, and I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your consistency. I appreciate the way you guys show up in that comment section, in the comments under videos, in the love I receive from, photos, pictures, everything. We had a picture go viral, right? And Lids picked it up. I ain't gonna tell y'all what we in the DM talking about. I'm gonna keep it on hush. I was told to not tell y'all too much before too much happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it on hush. But anyway, today I wanted to have a conversation about masculinity and femininity within a relationship, how they play into one another, how they should coexist. See, not a lot of people understand that masculinity and femininity is something everyone should possess. Every man should possess both. Every woman should possess both. Every he, she, we, they, all of them. Whatever you are, you should possess both of these. Why? Because it's healthy. It creates a healthy balance with self. Because if you lean too far towards masculine, you're gonna miss something on the feminine side. If you lean too far feminine, you're gonna miss something on the masculine side. You understand what I'm saying? But let's talk about how they coexist in a relationship. See, when I was in a relationship, right? Now I'm gonna take you even further back. Let's go way back to my parents. We're going to talk about my parents for a second. I don't know if you guys seen the episode with my parents. I believe it was 5. Episode 5, my parents came on the podcast, and major shout out to them. My parents are the love that I've seen for so long, the love I've only been striving to emulate, the love that I hope I can have with Mrs. Wiley when she comes along one day. And it's actually funny to me to say Mrs. Wiley because my mother's Mrs. Wiley, and my little brother's wife will be Mrs. Wiley, and you know what I'm saying? Ain't that kind of wild? Logan's wife will be Mrs. Wiley. Goddamn, y'all a clique out in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Avengers assemble. But anyway, my mother. I don't know if y'all truly know my mother from that episode, but my mother was one of the roughest, toughest, gang bangingest Chicago West Side. That was my mama. She was a straight thug out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And she was proud to be. She never shied away from it as who she was as a character. But to even take it further back, see, masculinity and femininity, there's an imbalance because the world set it to be that way. Not because you just woke up one day and you just felt imbalanced and decided to lean that way. No, something in your life will trigger you to lean more towards masculinity and femininity. Now, in my mother's case, for example, her father was heavier on drugs than he was heavier towards being a parent. One had a hold of his life far more than the other one did, and it showed, So my grandfather wasn't always the most present. My mother, till this day, will tell you to herself, her father has always felt like a brother to her. Never a dad, never a, and that created an imbalance where my mother, and not only to mention she's the oldest of 13 kids, you know what I'm saying? It created an imbalance with her that forced her to lean towards her masculinity, right? And that not only took effect with the amount of fights she got in, that not only took effect with what she wore, it also played a lot into how she saw herself. When she looked in the mirror, she didn't see this beautiful woman. She saw this thug who had to protect herself. You understand what I'm saying? And I know it's a lot of people out there that can be growing up or maybe growing up and living the same exact story. So be mindful of how you view yourself, because it could be played off of something else. But my mother always was this fighter. And in turn, it made, people either pull really close to her or really far away. It was never like you either fully fuck with her or you don't fuck with her at all. It's never a middle. You know what I'm saying? It's still that way to this day. But the thing about it is, my mother ran into this man. She ran into this man, and that man happens to be my father, right? My mother cuss a nigga out. She used to cuss motherfuckers out. She didn't give a fuck about nothing. Fuck you, nigga. She done cuss my daddy out too. Excuse my language for all my, Christian viewers. Amen. But my mother, is that blasphemy? I didn't mean it. God know my heart. God know my heart. I say grace every time I eat. You know what I'm saying? I say right now, grace. That still might be considered blasphemy. Goddamn. I'm sorry. My heart is pure. I mean well. But my father grew up more centered around men, right? So he leaned more towards his masculinity and never really explored his femininity, right? So when he ran into my mother, or my mother ran into him, however you want to put it, excuse me, I scratch my nose sometimes, however you want to put it, they ran into each other, and those masculinities, when they collided, it made one want to be different. My mother chose to take on a more feminine role with my father. This is the first, and you can refer back to the episode if you think I'm joking. I ain't seen it since it dropped, but even in the episode, I believe she spoke about my father coming around and making her feel softer than the world has ever made her feel. Making her feel like it's okay to put her guard down. She ain't got to fight, because a nigga gonna fight for her. I was on Instagram, and I was, exploring the idea of me having a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend, but I did jump online and say, I got a girlfriend. You know what? These motherfuckers jumped in my DM talking about she better know how to fight. Let me tell you something. She ain't got to know how to fight, because I got all the masculinity she need. I got all that. And I don't play her. Mrs. Wiley will never get into a fight in her life unless y'all snake her and I ain't around. Ain't gonna be none of that. I can't tell you what happened, what's gonna happen, because it's a little illegal, you know what I'm saying? But don't play about mine. Don't play about my boo. And my father was the same way. It was the first time ever my mother felt like she could go outside, have a good time, and you got this man to carry you home. I remember they would go out. My mother was always in my father's arms when she got home. My mother was always over my father's shoulder. Like, he was that. My father still to this day goes out and drink. They go out together to have a good time, get dressed. They look sharp, all of this shit. They'll go to a venue and my father will not drink, simply to protect my mother. Who's going to drink? You understand what I'm saying? I be getting that drunk. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mother, the life of every party we go to. We ain't fucking around. But Mrs. Wiley, when you do come along, baby, you the life of the party too. You might as well go on, squeeze on in here, shot for you too, boo. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't my daddy, so I'm a drink, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a drink respectfully, still enough to protect you in all regards. You understand what I'm saying? You are safe with me, okay? But the thing about it is this. My father is so masculine that my mother learned femininity and then taught him how to embrace femininity. Like, my whole life, all I've ever witnessed was my father cook, my father clean, my mother cook, my mother clean, my father do laundry, all that shit go together. The only thing that man don't do is make his own doctor's appointments. You get what I'm saying? He always, baby, you make me the doctor's appointment. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to do everything when you get in a relationship. That's why you get in a relationship, to take some load, to take the pressure off your shoulders, take a load off, take a break. And they became that break for each other by understanding I can hold this weight that this other person should not have to bear. They can handle it on their own, but they don't have to bear it. Now, I love my parents' relationship, and I hope one day God allows me to emulate something as passionate, as love-filled, as romantic. I've always looked up to it. And that I called my mother the other day. I said, you why I'm fucked up, right? You exactly why I envision love the way I do. You fucked me up. And I said, all you and daddy ever did was make you seem like y'all so happy with each other and y'all was all y'all needed and da-da-da-da-da. Now I think it's some young lady out there that's all I need. That you don't fuck me up, And I thanked her for that, because none of this would be happening today. You guys would not trust my word on love, nor care to hear what I got to say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that because they created this lover boy. Did they make him lost? No. But they created the lover boy. You know what I'm saying? And Mrs. Wiley will also thank them one day. I know it. But back to the moral of the conversation. There's masculinity. There's femininity, right? And oftentimes, and this may be you, right? Oftentimes, when a woman has to, she leans into that masculinity, right? When she feels like a man has let her down in her life and she never wants to bear that feeling of having to count on another, she becomes this masculine energy. And a lot of women put their head down, they hit the books, they become lawyers, doctors, goddamn, the most self-efficient, independent women you'll ever meet in their life. And they got this resentment towards man, deeming no man's good enough, right? No man's good enough. A great example of this. Y'all ever seen Think Like a Man? Remember Taraji and they had like Michael Ealy as the chef who didn't make money? Beautiful example of what this looked like, right? He didn't have the masculine, traits that most men have, like finances, right? But he still had that masculinity about himself. He was still able to display it. And that masculinity helped Taraji tuck her tail of masculinity, right? So she put that up specifically to be around him. You know what I'm saying? And they also gave him the role of like a chef, which is in history deemed to be more of a feminine trait, a feminine job, a feminine, you know what I'm saying? Man, I told my son the other day, I hope you be a chef. So your daddy can taste your meals. He said he gonna learn how to cook just to make me something. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Logan. Baby, I miss you. Damn it, I wish we was cuddling tonight. Fuck. Back to the story. But oftentimes when a man has to, he leans too heavy into the feminine role, right? And when a man leads into a feminine role, he leaves no space for the woman to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a couple and the woman does everything? She's responsible for everything. She paying the bills. She doing this. She doing that. And this nigga at home like playing a game. Like, nigga, get off your ass. The masculinity in you should not allow this woman to do so much. You should want to take her off her feet. That's what masculine energy does. Masculine energy creates feminine energy. Masculine energy is the exact tool needed to form feminine energy. You understand what I'm saying? And people ask me all the time, and I even made an episode about that, why I want a daughter. I have so much to teach a young woman. Not only to live in your masculinity, but baby, to live in your femininity, but baby, these are the masculine traits you need to display, so you don't have to count on anybody. Whoever comes in your life will only be an addition to what you got going on, never subtraction. You understand what I'm saying? I want my child to know this, and every day I will show her that. I even tweeted the other day, from the day my child is born, I will shower that little girl in flowers every opportunity I can. Why? So it's something she become accustomed to. And knowing that a man who cares about you will care about the smallest things, right? Even if she grow up one day and she don't want no more flowers, her daddy gave them all to her. She'll understand that a man that loves her will do the little things, right? Even if she say, baby, I like my feet rubbed when I get home he gonna do it, right? And she gonna hold him accountable. Why? Because my daddy did those little things, right? Again, back to the topic. Like, the thing about growing up back in the day, everybody made it seem like you had to be this masculine energy if you was a little boy. We was hitting boys in the chest and forcing them to do this and forcing them to do that. Let me tell you something, man. It's different these days. I got a son and I teach my son both. Judge me how you choose to. But me and my son jump on the ground, knock out 10 push-ups. We'll go in the room, do some jumping jacks. We'll do this, we'll do that. And then we'll go get our nails done. I went to the nail shop one time. I just thought Logan was going to chill out. He said, Daddy, I want my nails did, right? They ain't put no polish or no crazy shit like that, but they put some water on it, made it look shiny, and that was good enough for him. We have to learn to teach that it's okay. Like these things we grew up learning. And this is not a conversation about whatever it is that, the agenda is trying to push on the world. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the new Proud Family TV show, but that is something I refuse to let my son watch because that's not selling masculinity or femininity. It's selling gender switching. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem with that. You do whatever is comfortable for you. You live your life. You live in your truth, baby. LGBTQWHLMOP, all them motherfuckers. If it's good for you, it's good for you. If that's your truth, you stand proud in your truth. I will always be here clapping it up for you doing whatever it is you choose to do. But I'm not forcing that on a child. You get what I'm saying? I can't, that's not something you could force on a child and say, view this and allow it to shape your opinion. No, you let that child grow up and whatever his sexual preference is, the day he grow up, I'm gonna love him the same. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing about masculinity and femininity, men love to put a true man, I'm gonna say it like that, true men love to see women in their feminine energy. Me personally, if my wife ain't never gotta work a job in her life, that's a flex for me. That is a flex for me. My father should puff his chest out and stick up his arm just knowing that he put his wife in that feminine energy. He made his wife want to get her nails done. My mama ain't used to do none of shit like that. He made his wife want to put on heels. You know what I'm saying? He brought that out of her. And a man who truly loves you will always aim to pull that out of you. Now, contrary, pay attention to this one. On the flip side, right? On the flip side, there is a beauty, a power in a feminine woman being able to put a man in his masculinity. It's something so beautiful about it. In the exact same way. See, men oftentimes lack masculinity when they lack confidence. When they start beating down on themselves, but let me tell you the power of a woman. Oh, the power of a woman, oh my God. I don't think people truly understand what having a incredible woman does on you. They say everything flourishes when a woman gets behind it. Everything. And that's just a woman's ability to speak life into her man. It's powerful, baby. You ain't make $1 million yet, baby. You made $100 today, though. This 100 is gonna add to that whatever that million is we building. Talk to me like that, baby, because every day I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it for you. Every day I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it with you on my mind and saying, man, I gotta get at least one more 100. Now I got 2. Now I got 3. Now I got 4. And then it multiplies and now I got $1 million. And I can give my wife whatever she wants. That's the beauty in a powerful woman. They speak life into us. And as men, we love it. As men, we love to see it. You understand what I'm saying? Rome wasn't built in a day. But I guarantee you, wherever it was built, it was some women there helping. It was some women there speaking life in the niggas. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I'm just saying, like, I don't think men truly understand how to appreciate a woman in her feminine energy. And I'm not saying women who force their feminine energy on men, they don't know. You should not do that. Don't go around telling people they're less of a man if they don't pay. Mama, I don't know you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know you. But if I know you can get whatever you want from me, it's all yours. If that's a space I can help you function in, but that's only because I care. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need every woman to help me function in my masculine energy. I don't need that. I need my one and her mini me. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm going to have a daughter. Oh, I'm going to have a daughter. Y'all best believe I'm going to have a daughter. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't need all. I need one. And that's the thing about it. In the contrary, a lot of men believe in sexual privia, sexual prowess, is because when we were little boys and you finally said, I had sex, what did your daddy do? High five. High five. Why? You know, my father didn't look at it like that. My father called his dad. His dad said, what the fuck you thought they was going to do? They boys. You know what I'm saying? My dad was in shock. You know, reasonably understandable, very understandable. But the thing about it is, when Logan come to me saying he has sex, I'm not finna, I'm a teach my son, this is what can come out of this. Please be careful. Please do this with women you deem worthy of spending the rest of your life with, okay? Because you were conceived in love, and every child you have should be conceived in that same fashion. You know, so be mindful, be careful. It's not a chip you get on your shoulder. It don't make you more of a man to sleep with different women. It makes you a man to do right by one. Oh, cook him, Kev. Cook him. It make you what? It make you more of a man. It's more power in a man being good to one woman than it is a man sleeping around. I'm just saying. Hey, fellas, don't hate me in the comment section. I'm just saying. Do you know how hard that is? It's this song I used to sing when I was a kid. And it was about this dude named Andy Grammer, right? This was back when I used to like listen to Pandora. So like the music would just like flip itself. That's how I would learn new music, right? This song, it went like, nah, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. Nah, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably should not. Hey, I got somebody at home, and to this woman, I'ma stay true. Fuck is you talking about? You understand what I'm saying? There's a power in saying, I'm good. There's a power in saying, you got the wrong one. I got somebody at home. She deserves all my love. You know what I'm saying? There's a power in that. And I promise you, the moment my son becomes of age and he begins his interest in woman, I will teach him. There is a power, a masculinity in protecting this woman's femininity. Because oftentimes what men don't understand is you chasing that sexual pleasure or that sexual prowess with women, you're crushing their femininity. You're crushing what they deem powerful. Because you could just step on it and keep walking. You know, and don't get me wrong, love myself some sex. Great. But the thing about it is, I'm going to teach my son, it's not just about the action of laying down. It's about everything that stems from it, everything, the emotional connection, the intimate and the feminine connection, the masculine and the feminine connection, the intimacy, the soul ties that come from laying down with somebody. You get what I'm saying? But I go back to the original topic. Masculinity and femininity are absolutely two things every single person on the planet should possess. Find an even keel balance. You get what I'm saying? Do what makes you happy. There's a bunch of things in the world that they say men should not do because it's too feminine. Get their nails done, get pedicures. I just don't like people touching my feet, so I don't really dig in that one. Shit tickle. Don't tickle me. Fuck around with you. They say men shouldn't get massages. They said men shouldn't. Man, I do all that shit, right? And then I'll go change the oil on somebody's car. And then I'll go to work and, you know what I'm saying, leave with the dirt under my nails. I'm still that guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just when I wash that dirt off and I get in the shower, baby, I'm fresh again. I'm a brand new man. You couldn't even, you wouldn't even know what I did for a living until I told you. You get what I'm saying? I'm a multifaceted individual. You understand what I'm saying? There's a masculinity. And the thing about a man, when a man leans too far into that masculinity, it allows him to be uncomfortable in a feminine space. The men who understand how to talk to women, the men who has the most riz, they understand the value of feminine energy. You could meet a man and without him saying 6 words to you, understand that you can be soft with this man. You can't tell me it ain't true. You can't tell me it ain't true because it absolutely is. You understand what I'm saying? You know it. You thinking of a man right now. Don't lie to me. Don't even lie to me. You know it. You know what I'm saying? He just stand over you and say, girl, listen. He ain't even got to go that deep. He ain't even got to do all that. He was like, a man will approach you. I just want to let you know, you are absolutely stunning tonight. I don't want nothing from you. I just wanted to leave you with that compliment. She gonna be shook. I'm talking about shook, right? Because his masculinity did not ask anything of your femininity. He just appreciated it. Girl, you look incredible tonight. I just wanted to drop you with that, leave that there. And the thing about it is, the men who know how to function in that space, we understand the value of feminine energy. Right? Feminine energy brings life. What greater conversation can we be had? What greater conversation is there to be had? I had a conversation with somebody earlier, and this girl tell me, she say, I just enjoy being pregnant. You what? You what? And the whole time I'm saying it like this, you what? But I absolutely understand what she's saying. She enjoys living in that feminine space. She enjoys what her body is able to produce, the pleasure in that. Women give life. And girl, I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to clap it up to you. You know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So, you know, I advocate to everybody to find a balance. Now, for a woman who's too far in her femininity, that can also be a bad thing. Mama, I will encourage you to dive into your masculinity for a bunch of reasons. Let me tell you something. Men are too comfortable with women going to dealerships and trying to stiff them on the price. You go to AutoZone, a nigga charging you $200 to change your oil is absolutely outrageous. I don't know how much it is to change oil at AutoZone because I've never been to AutoZone. But, you know, my car is a little more expensive, but I want a nigga to feel absolutely stupid when my girl walk in that motherfucker and be like, tell me what you changed for $200. Oil does not cost this much money. I could go over to blah, blah, blah and get this synthetic blend from, I would sit there with my jaw dropped at my wife. Baby, get him, girl. Tell his ass. Yeah. Tell him how it is. Tell him where you can get that oil from, baby. Yeah. Then I'm going to go home and I'm going to lay her ass down. Absolutely. Right? There's a beauty in it. I said this yesterday. And I'm going to say it again, probably like on an IG story or something, because it came to my brain and I can't lose it. This is masculinity and femininity in a relationship. His strength, let's just say him and her, his strength should never be your weakness, ever, in any relationship. Do you know what I mean by that? I'm going to give you a second. Think it over. His strength should never be your weakness. Think about that. Right? If your husband is a chef, you should not have a problem with diets. He should absolutely be aiming to teach. That's his character trait, to teach. Let me teach you this, baby. Just because I love you that much. Let me teach you this. That's the masculinity in a man. And just him wanting to teach you is doing something for his masculinity. You allowing yourself to be taught by this man is doing so much for his masculinity. I don't think you understand. But his strength should never be your weakness. If that man specializes in finances, baby, you should not be struggling on any financial obligations. You should not understand how to save money, how to invest money, how to multiply money. Goddamn, you should struggle in no regard because that's his specialty. His specialty becomes your specialty when a relationship is healthy, and vice versa. That man may not know how to take care of himself. That man could be rubbing alcohol on his face every day before he go to sleep, thinking it's healthy part of the night routine. I ain't saying that with me. But you know what I'm saying? Until that feminine energy comes along and teach him, how will he know? I went and got a facial one time on accident. Don't ask me how. But I got in there and the lady was telling me, like, what's your skin routine? She was like, what? You use alcohol on your face? I just said it wasn't me. Fuck me. But y'all see why I need a girlfriend, man. Miss Wiley, hurry up, man. All these fucking games, man. Hurry up, man. I'm putting alcohol on my shit, fucking my face up and shit. Damn, man. But exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That feminine energy can be taught to that man so he understands how to take care of himself. Baby, when I teach you all I know and you teach me all you know, do you understand how powerful we are? Do you understand we can walk in any room and take it over? You can walk in any room and take it over. I ain't even gotta be there. My wife got it. Baby, take the Benz up to Mercedes. Let me know what that estimate looking like. We're going to go over that. And if you want to do the work, we can do the work. I trust you that much, girl. You should trust me enough to be like, baby, run on over there to Louis Vuitton. They got to fix this actual, like, strap on a purse, and I want to make sure they do it right. Make sure they put the match in. Baby, I got you. Don't worry about it. For sure. You taught me right. I can handle this one. You taught me right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beauty in a healthy relationship. Your masculinity and your femininity, they balance each other out. That's what a relationship is for, man. We balance each other. Let me teach one. Each one teach one. Y'all ain't never heard that in school? Each one teach one. And we gonna make this world go round. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. There's so much. It's so much in this conversation when it comes to masculinity and femininity. What you teach your kids, how you handle it in your relationship, how you handle it in self. I think to heal is to find a healthy balance in it. You know, how you handle it in terms of family relations. Because you got a lot of people, an old grandma tell you, you ain't feminine enough. An old granddaddy will tell you, you ain't masculine enough. You know, I love that our generation is escaping those things because it allow people just to be human. But masculinity and femininity applies in every aspect of life. Find a healthy balance. What can I tell you? I got some more merch shipping out. If you have not received your merch, I terribly apologize. I took a large order to UPS and I just found out all of it was lost. All of it. So I got to reship all of those. I appreciate you guys and all y'all patience for me, so forgive me. I got the new merch. For everybody who pre-ordered the new merch, the pre-order is closing tomorrow. So you will not be able to pre-order that anymore. When it go on sale, then you can buy it when it's actually in inventory. What else can I tell you? Life is life, you know. Apologies for skipping Clubhouse this week. I miss y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love the conversations we have. I love hearing from each and every one of you guys. I hope to grow it. I hope it gets bigger. There's so much going on. I don't want to give you too much. I'm going to start having to keep something to myself, clutch something close, because y'all don't understand how much y'all have done for me, how much I appreciate y'all, how y'all have brought this lover to love himself. So thank you very, very much. And Granny, you thought I was going to forget you, didn't you, boo? Nah, I never could. I love you, baby, from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to tell you that till my dying day, girl, because if it was, I want to go first. You know what I'm saying? I want to go first. I hope you live 1,000,000 years, baby. I love you to death. I'll be about to see you very soon. What else can I tell you guys, though? For everybody else, peace out. I think it's time I finally try to find myself. I've been running from love, just trying to hide from all this pain I felt. Look, trying not to be the joke in the deck of whatever cards get dealt. They say a star still gotta let them align themselves.